I just realized that I was paying for plugins $14.99 for 5 years.
What?
You know we gonna make it fresh.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Fresh Beats, back with another video. Feels so good to say that. And yes, we live in a world where subscriptions are everything. But what happens when you let those subscriptions go?
Wait a minute.
Now, since Slate Digital plugins came out, I've lived and died by the Slate Digital plugins. But today I'm going to actually find some alternatives to those plugins. Now, I'm gonna see if they do just as well, but I'm gonna also see if they do better. Let's check it out. All right, we're gonna start with the Virtual Mix Rack. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Virtual Mix Rack was an amazing plugin. This plugin was a end all be all kind of thing. Like, all I had to do was just open up this plugin and it would give me a whole rack of compressors, EQs that were modeled off of like industry standard EQs, industry standard compressors. And then they also had de-essers. It had an amazing gate. By far, I think it was the best gate in the world. And now I have to find an alternative. What? CLA Mix Hub. Now, this is going to be for all of you who are kind of old school and kind of like the actual like board like feel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate all of these by 8. And I'm going to assign each one of these CLA Mix Hubs to bucket 1. Now that I have it at bucket 1, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to what's called bucket view. Now this allows me to figure out my inputs just like an SSL board, EQs just like an SSL board, dynamics just like an SSL board, and then my outputs all at one time. And I can do multiple instances of this. You saw how many CLA plugin instances I could have at one time. So now if my output section's over there, I can go back to my dynamic section and dial it in and see how the meters are doing with each section. But here's another one. It's called Studio Rack. And I believe that this was the answer to Slate's Virtual Mix Rack. You have the capabilities not only to insert every single Waves plugin that you have, that's cool, in a rack style form, okay, but then you also get to parallel split. So that means if I want to do some parallel compression or parallel EQ or parallel reverb, whatever the case is, or if I wanted to add a reverb and like all my effects all on one channel, I can do that. 1 and 2, I can dial it in volume wise, you know, get the best of each, all of that. It's basically having a whole mixer within a mixer. There's more. I can do multi-band split. So now I can add as many bands as I want. This looks like a multi-band compressor now, but I can do my EQ on different things. I can do my increasing of gain. I can do EQ, reverbs, delays, whatever you can think of on different frequencies now. The best part would be the Studio Verse. Now, if you have the legit version of Studio Rack, and it's the updated version, so now you have the capabilities to log into your Studio Verse, and you can actually type in specific chains made by specific artists. So the first one I'm going to go to is one of my personal favorites, CLA. This is his channel strip for his snare, channel strip for kick, vocal strip, stereo drums, mono vocal, mastering bus, right? I can do that all at one time. But let's also look at Lou Diaz. He has Kodak Black's vocal chain, the Kodak Black vocal chain. And I'm actually going to dial that in. Not only does he have like my macros, so these macros are basically, okay, I want to add de-harsh the vocal, and I'm pretty sure he's doing that from the triple D. So if I press de-harsh, let's see if it moves. Yep. It deharshes the vocal. And then I'm going to debox it. So that's there. I'm going to add a de-esser to it. But he's not doing the de-esser from here. He's doing the de-esser from here. I'm going to make it brighter. So I'm guessing that's from the API. And if you guys don't know what the API is, the API is a mastering style EQ. Adding body, doing that straight from the API. And you can see where it's red, that's where the macros are. Then he's going to add some reverb. So let's look at the parallel split. There's the true verb that he's adding. More reverb, less reverb. Then he has a special. So it's like a reverb / delay. And now he's putting it all in my face with this RVox. And he's just changing the compressor from the RVox. Now, I don't know about you, but I think I found my replacement to the virtual mix rack. If you enjoyed watching me find out the different types of plugins that I already have that can replace something that I've used for years, I'm going to continue this series. Please put it in the comment section below. Please leave a like. Also subscribe, and maybe if you have these plugins and you don't have Slate Digital, maybe these will actually help you in your mixing process or in your production process. I appreciate everybody who comes into this channel. I know we have to rebuild, I know, but let's rebuild together and let's do this right. All right, appreciate everybody. Peace.